So on the way to Manchester, I'm just about to meet up with Liv Cooke, who's a really good friend of mine, and I've been working with her for a couple of years, and she's got some interesting projects going on, and I'm about to go and visit one of her projects in Manchester, so excited. Ah, yeah, I knew it. Hey, what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds. I'm standing with my good friend
Liv Cooke.
And Liv, you are killing it at the moment in property.
Thank you.
I don't know how you have the time, because she's a world champion freestyle footballer, a BBC presenter, a businesswoman, an author. Congratulations on your new book, by the way.
Thank you.
And a property investor. And we're at one of her projects. Whereabouts are we?
Ashton-under-Lyne in Manchester.
So what made you buy this place?
It was a mess. And no one else was going to buy it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But where they saw like a mess, I saw opportunity.
Now, when I last came here, to be honest, it was a complete wreck. It looked like someone had died in the property. I'm hoping that it's very different. Liv, I'd love you to show me around, show me what you've done, because it's been about like 8 months since I've been here. So firstly, it looks completely different from the outside. So what's happened outside?
So when I bought it, it was a 3-bed. It was owned by a 93-year-old. It was an absolute mess. I was so glad that he sold it to me, because to be honest, I don't think anyone else, the state it was in, would have bought it. So if you just look here, this itself is completely new. This was the outhouse, and we've knocked it down, put new foundations, rebuilt it all, and it is the first of 6 bedrooms.
Nice.
So the whole property's gone from being a 3-bed wreck to 6-bed ensuite HMO.
So you turn this from a 3-bed to a 6-bed.
With ensuites.
Did you need planning permission for this?
No, because it already existed. So
Okay.
we don't need planning permission for it. We thought it was going to be quite simple, to be honest. Thought we'd just knock it down and rebuild it.
Yeah.
Nice cheap extension, get more room. But not quite.
Wow.
When we knocked it down, it's a Victorian property, so it wasn't built on foundations. So we had to redo the foundations, and we couldn't do normal foundations where you dig 2 meters, because we would have undermined the whole of the house. We had to build a raft and do it that way. So it was expensive, but hey, it's sturdy now. We had to rejig things. You can see like behind you is the communal kitchen space.
Yeah.
And we had to change everything.
And you've been working closely with the HMO officer and the council to make sure that you've done it. You've got permitted development rights.
Yeah.
But you've been working closely with them to make sure that it's all fitting legally.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
all right, nice.
And we don't just fit the HMO requirements for now, but we'll fit them for years to come. We're basically ahead of the game.
And also, you created a product which is really valuable that people actually, where people want to live. So now you've officially gone from a property investor to a property developer. I can't wait to find out how much money you spent on this project. Let's go around and show us what you've done. Nice. Oh, so different. This was a kitchen previously, but it was a wreck.
Yes, that's right.
This
wasn't here, so this was a wall.
Yeah.
Completely separate, but obviously we've rebuilt the outhouse.
So this little extension that you've done, not only have you added value to the house, but you've also considerably added rent. Yeah. Because this is a whole extra room. So what's the vision then? What's the vision for it?
To BRRR, so buy, refurb, I guess you could call it develop now, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Rent it out. To be honest, I'm not going to rent it privately. I could get more, there'd be more profit, but I'm actually going to give it to a charity. I'm still going to get paid, still going to profit. Yeah. Not as much, but...
Why did you go down the route of social housing? I know you've got a contact in mind as well. I also know you're somebody you care about, you know, helping homeless and giving back. You make a lot of money. But what was it that made you decide to go down that route specifically for this project? 2
things really. The numbers. Like, I'm a businesswoman, I look at the numbers. The profit wasn't as good, but it was more hands-free. So they guarantee no void periods, they cover maintenance, there's no management fee, but you do take a lower cut. Most people probably wouldn't consider it because of that. It is like significantly lower.
So how much, if you don't mind sharing on YouTube for the guys, how much the 6 bedrooms, how much rent per month are you expecting to get, assuming you go down the route of passing it to a charity?
If I pass it to the charity, I think I'll be netting profit of $1,500 a month.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Still not bad.
So if you think about it, on the market, I'd probably get £500 a month.
Per
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After all your mortgage payments and all expenses, you'll be left with a profit of about $1,500, and you'll be giving back and passing it on to a charity.
Do you know what sold it to me? Because the numbers sounded good, but I was still 50-50. And I went and met the guys, my contact with the social housing. And when I sat down with them, honestly, Samuel, everything changed. Like listening to what they do, the way they take people from street homeless to clean and sober, and then into properties like this, where they've got to be employed, they've got to be proving that they're clean and sober, and really just getting their life back on track. Changed everything. I nearly cried. I nearly cried sat there talking to them.
And they've got a nice communal area here.
Yes.
nice kitchen, and every room has got its own private bathroom.
Do you know what I've loved about this property? The two things that we all say you can't change in real estate investing is location and size. Yeah. I mean, location's great. Like, it's 20 minutes into Manchester city centre. You've got your shops there. You've got your transport links. It's perfect for a HMO. Yeah. Other thing, size. It's a Victorian property. You can see the ceiling height's nice. Rooms are spacious. Like the fact I've been able to convert this from a 3-bed to a 6-bed.
When I came around last time, it looked totally unattractive. People were passing on it. But you spotted the opportunity, and I think that's what you've done so well. So, okay, so 2 bedrooms downstairs, and let's go upstairs.
So this one was actually what got us the extra bedroom. People thought this was going to be a 5-bed ensuite because you can see here where yours stood was literally the wall. This was a tiny room. So if you looked at it on paper and per square foot, you wouldn't have fit a bedroom. But what they didn't see was that we could pull it out to here, get the square foot there, and put our ensuite in there.
That's the importance of configuration, you know, and you've got a nice ensuite again in here. Great. You've done so well.
Thank you.
And it's happened quite fast.
This is one of my favourite rooms because of this big window.
You've literally had to do pretty much everything really from scratch, haven't you? Yeah. All being plastered. The windows have not been changed, a bit misty.
This wasn't just this room. This and the next room were all one. It was one big room. So I had to split them into 2.
What did the HMO officer say when they came?
Changed a few things around.
Yeah?
Yeah, in terms of the planning. So it was meant to be 6 en suites, but we've actually had to move one. So they've still got a private bathroom, but it's off suite. Just because she hasn't officially put the requirements of the sizing up yet, but it's going to go up in a few years. Like, it's going to be Article 4 round here.
So you may as well do it properly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, and this isn't Article 4 yet, is it?
No, it's not.
Which is why you're able to get permitted development.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, it looks pretty safe, you know.
Yeah.
You've got it all safe. If there was a fire or anything, and you've got a responsibility as a landlord to make sure that it is safe. And like you've got all your windows and your doors and everything. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, one thing the HMO officers won't budge on is safety, and rightly so. So out there you've got your smoke alarms, fire starts, that goes off. You've got your 30-minute fire doors.
What does a 30-minute fire door mean? So fire starts, you shut this door, it'll take 30 minutes for the fire to come through. Right. In which time, you know, the fire brigade are here, you've got your fire escape windows here, so that opens nicely and you survive pretty much. Yeah.
That's the off-suite bathroom, so that belongs to this room. Okay. Still private. It was meant to be an ensuite, so it was going to be in here. Right. But when the HMO officer came around last, she said pretty much, if you put the ensuite in, it's just going to fit the requirements, but in a few years it's not.
Right, and the thing is, an ensuite doesn't count. This is something that a lot of people have misconceptions about. An ensuite doesn't count as the size of the room. So if you've got a room that's 100 square feet and then you suddenly put an ensuite in, the room is no longer 100 square feet. Exactly. It takes out of the room. So I think that was, she advised you probably right then, really.
She did. They're great to work with. Yeah. Like, some people can moan that, oh, they're making me do this, they've rejected this. Right. But at the end of the day, they've got the same vision as you. Yeah. They want it to be the best HMO it can be.
Yeah, and the safest and everything like that. Has it been a nightmare? Or has it been all right?
Nah, it's not a nightmare. I've learnt a lot. There's been some problems arise that were quite difficult. But to be honest, they arose and I lost a bit of money, but I learnt a lot.
So how much, including the extension and absolutely everything, what's the full refurb cost come out? I know we've still got to carpet it and there's a few small bits. Yeah.
It should work out about 85.
85 grand?
Yeah.
And you bought it for 165? Yeah. So all in. Let's do the maths. It's crunch time. This is to see whether Liv's made it work or not. So 85 plus 165, which is what you bought. So you're talking £250,000 all in. That's a lot of cash.
That is a lot of cash.
Did you have
That's a Lamborghini.
That's a Lamborghini. But why choose when you can have both, right?
Oh, I like
it. Hey! All right. So did you use all of your money?
Bridging.
Okay.
I used bridging as well.
Okay. So you borrowed some of the money. You used some of your money from savings. Yeah. So what is the value now / once it's been carpeted and tenanted? What's the...
In a week or two, when it's completely done and it looks fresh, we should see minimum 320.
320. Next door just sold for 320. Yeah. Which is nothing like this.
And this is going to be on commercial valuation as well.
So this is going to be probably a lot more. But even if it's 320, okay, even if it's 320, that's still £70,000 profit. £70,000 profit. Then you've got your rent coming in, which should make you about £1,500 a month clean profit. Presumably you're going to refinance it. Let's say it gets valued at 320, which to be honest, I think you'll get a high valuation, but let's say. Times that by 75%, that means you're going to pull out 240, leaving just about 10 grand in. Of course, you've got your stamp duty and a few bits and bobs, but you'll pull out most of your money.
Should leave about 25,000 in, which isn't bad. 1,500 a month profit, like your ROI is fast.
Really, really good. And the location's perfect. So onwards and upwards. So what's next? What's next for
I want to go bigger. I want to go bigger. I was thinking I want to do something similar, the same. I made an offer on a property, very similar, going to do from a 3-bed to a 6-bed ensuite HMO. But it fell through because of the vendor. But you know what? I think that's a sign. I think, why am I staying like the same level? I want bigger.
Well, you've done really well. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Well done, mate. One of the things you should look at, it's really important before buying a house, is look at what the other properties in the area are selling for. Like we got a lot of sold, this one's for sale. So we did a lot of research on comparables, didn't we, before you bought this? You didn't just go ahead and buy it blindly. You knew what was the refurb going to be, went slightly over the refurb, but still you worked it out, you got proper quotes. We knew what the end value was going to be approximately.
And we left contingency.
Left contingency.
So important. Too many people, they work out the budgets and it's tight.
Imagine if you were going to make 50 grand and then your profit went. You thought you were going to make between 70 and 120, and it's probably looking more like 70, depending on end value, we'll find out. But hey, 70 grand's still really good, you know? So yeah, always do that research. I love this as well. Liv Cooke Properties.
You know I had to put my name on it, come on.
Of course. It's good that you have, because when you put your name to something, you're proud of it.
I am proud of it, and I'm proud of what it's going to do, and it's how it's going to help people.
You know, it's hard to walk around as well with Liv and not get recognised. But final question for the guys watching this. Like, you are a world champion freestyle footballer, you're a businesswoman, you're a BBC presenter, you're an author. This is all in the airports and stuff. Like, what would you say the key thing is? Where'd you get that winning streak? It's like, now you're succeeding in property. What do you do? What's the formula to win? It's in there. Right, I need to read the book, right? Yeah, definitely, yeah, the way to win. If you could like summarize it to the guys.
I think it is a momentous snowball effect. Anything I want to do, I pursue it. Like if there's an interest, something just captures my attention, I want to learn about it, I want to give it a go. And I've got that self-belief to know that anything I put my mind to, I can make happen. And that's not in an arrogance way. That's not me being cocky saying I'm good at everything, I know everything. Absolutely not. That's me saying, yeah, I know I'm a rookie, but I know I'm going to go all in on this. I'm going to put the work in that's needed. And more importantly, I'm going to surround myself with the right people. So when I started looking into property, your name came up the most. So straight away, I didn't faff about. I reached out to you, asked for a call. I already knew my stuff on the call, so we had a good chat. We got along pretty well, I thought. And then I thought, right, what value can I bring to you? You love your content, so I'll make content for you. If I can shadow you, I won't get in your way. I'll just make content for you. You'll like the content. It'll be really positive. It'll be honest. And if you like it, you can post it. And in return, I get to follow you around for a few days and learn everything. Like what I learned in them 3 days shadowing you was more than I learned in 10 books. So surrounding yourself with the right people and being a constant sponge. That's all it is, just the hunger to learn. The minute you stop learning because you think you know everything is the minute you sink.
That's amazing. So basically, you just get the best people in different avenues, learn from them, and then work your ass off and get the results.
Absolutely, and development's not easy. People might think like, I've just come into this and put money in and hired the right people. Like, finding the right team can be difficult, but it is the most important thing. Getting a good project manager if you've got one, hiring the right local building.
And I know you've used a lot of the academy students as well.
Yeah, of course.
You know, pretty much everybody in your team has actually come through the academy. Which is amazing, all in Manchester. So I'm excited about your steps up moving forward.
Absolutely.
So massive respect.
Onwards and upwards.
Well done, well done.
And thank you.
You're welcome, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. Massive thank you to Liv for showing us around and letting us be part of the learning. If you enjoy the channel, then of course, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit like, drop a comment, and we'll see you next time.